Okay, let's do training mission number 8. Low-level navigation TFR FLIR. And let's start her up quickly. The FLIR system consists of the LANTIRN system consists of 2 ports, the navigation port and the targeting port, and the FLIR system takes about 50 minutes to cool down, and the TFR needs to heat up, so we should make sure that we're starting her up quickly, so we have this time for starting up the TFR. So everything's fine here, and let's start. So the LANTIRN is the low altitude navigation and targeting infrared for night system. It consists of the navigation port on the left side and the targeting port on the right side. So SecLAT off, waiting for 25%, and it allows us for terrain following radar. Okay, 25% stable, and let's put her into idle detent. Okay, temperature's okay. There we go. Everything's fine. Good. Let's do the APU test first. Good. So now we're gonna turn on everything here, because we have to turn on the left hardpoint and the right hardpoint, and it's gonna take 15 minutes, 7 to 15 minutes till the FLIR is operational. So let's better do that as soon as possible. Okay, so now we're gonna put the, let's turn it off too. Put the FLIR here, put it into standby, and not timed out. It's gonna take the time, and gonna put the TFR page here, and also put it into standby. Good. So now that's done, we can continue our startup as usual. Let's turn on the lights, turn that down a bit. Turn it into night, turn off the spotlight. Good. Turn on the start in the alignment of the INS. IFF norm, standby, CNI upfront controller. Clear the test, reset the flicks, and start the bit test. Let's do the other tests. Overheat. Check. Probe heat. Check.
Pull up.
Warning lights.
Altitude. Warning. Jammer. Counter. Cap. Flare. Low.
Good.
Out. Lock. IFF. Caution. Bingo. Data.
Nice. Put down, turn that. Oh, we don't need that. Turn that down a bit. Now set. RWR, countermeasures. Turn off. Test the missile launch. Start the self-test. Check our fuel. Good. So I have 2 center tanks and bunch of bombs, but we won't need them. We're just gonna put back to norm. That's good. Okay. Test the sec. Good. Okay. Looks fine here. Good. Okay, good. Forget to turn on the HUD. And let's contact 80s 120.225. 120.225. Ah. 120.225.
Temperature, 15 degrees Celsius. Altimeter, 2991 inches. Kunsan. Information Juliet. Runway 36. Expect visual approach. Wind, 029 degrees, 04 knots, gusts 07. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Sky conditions, clouds, few over 5,000 feet. Temperature, 15 degrees Celsius. Altimeter, 2991 inches.
Yeah, so the weather's gonna be okay-ish, but it's gonna really degrade once we get further inland. So alignment is finished. Let's turn on the lights. Lights to taxi. So TFR is actually in standby. FLIR is still not timed out, so what else is here to do here? This switch is very important. It's the manual terrain following fly up, and this got to be in enable. If you put it in disable, then we won't get a fly up off. Acknowledged. Master caution and clicks reset. So if you want to have a fly up, for the fly up to appear in manual mode, it's important that this switches into enable. Okay, we are good to go. Let's contact the ground for taxi clearance. Kunsan ground, Sherpa 2 requests taxi to the active.
Good evening, Sherpa 2. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi Alpha and hold short runway 36.
Okay, taxi. Good. There's our runway. Let's go into the EOR.
sure about 2-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 29230.
Okay, let's switch to tower. 1, 3, enter. So, and now we're gonna do, we're gonna set up our TFR. So first, left hardpoint power on. Yes, we did that. Select not timed out. That's good. Okay, RF switch check norm. If that's in norm, then everything's fine. If it's hit quiet, then the TFR only gonna work in LPI. That's low probability of intercept. It's a degraded mode, and WX. This is the bad weather mode. If it's in silent, it ain't gonna work at all. So that's norm check. Radar altimeter switch on. That's important. Without the radar altimeter, it doesn't work. Manual fly up check enable. This is here. So this is a very important stuff. Set check. MFD TFR bay. Okay. So set clearance pane as desired. We're gonna set the set clearance. But this is here. This is the altitude at which we're gonna fly. Set that to 1000. Good. Ride type, set hard. We're gonna ride hard. We're gonna go smooth, soft. We wanna ride hard. Good. Next, LO SCP minus 10%. So we want to have a warning if we get 10% below our set clearance plane. So that's 900. Enter. Good. And it's all good, good, good. Okay, so basically we are good to go with the DFR. And for the FLIR, we have left hardpoint power on, check. MFT select FLIR page, check. Okay. I see. Okay, it's yeah, 8 to 15 minutes. That's true. ICP FLIR lever set as desired. That's here. Let's turn it on. I mean, we don't see anything yet because it's still in standby, but we won't have to do that otherwise. FLIR timed in, set operational. Hot FLIR set on with ICP. What? Yes. Okay. Yes. Level. Oh, here's the gain. We can also put on the gain. Let's actually put here. Okay, good. Not timed out yet. And yes. So we will have to wait, and we're gonna, after that, we're gonna boresight on, because so the image is displayed in the HUD, and because the point of the line of sight from the HUD and from the hard point, it's quite different. It can be distorted, so we have to boresight on some faraway object. Put it into CRM. What's the time? Okay, it's still 2 minutes left to let's check that. Okay, speed brakes. Check. All right. Okay. Good. It's still not timed out. It's gonna take a little while. So let's have a look at our flight plan. We're gonna take off in Kunsan. Runway 36, so that's that direction. Then we're gonna turn around. Try to boresight. It's very dark outside, so I mean the darkness is changed quite a bit in update 2. And that's cool, but it's hard to see anything to boresight. So maybe we can boresight on the airfield on Kunsan. So we're gonna turn around and maybe boresight the FLIR on Kunsan, and then we're gonna between steer 2 and steer 3 we're gonna do some TFR checks so that we make sure that everything's fine with the TFR, and then we're gonna do some low-level navigation. So let's ask, 1 minute to go, 20 seconds. Let's ask tower for starts, permission to take off. Kunsan Tower, Sherpa 2, ready for takeoff.
Sherpa 2, Kunsan Tower, wing 030 at 2 knots, runway 36. You are cleared for takeoff.
Okay, let's do this. It's a bit dark, let's turn that on again, because yeah, it's better like that. Okay, cleared for takeoff. There's just darkness. Okay, cleared for takeoff. Here we are. Let's run her up. And brakes, release. This was steering. And afterburner. Yeah, we got 4 bombs, so we're quite heavy. Let's rotate here. Positive rate of climb. Retract the gear.
Airborne.
Okay, nice.
Sherpa 2-1, contact departure.
Okay, let's push uniform 4. Kunsan departure, Sherpa 2 reporting airborne.
Sherpa 2, Kunsan departure. Depart heading 175. Resume on navigation.
Okay, so let's climb a bit. The FLIR is actually operational now. Let's put it into operation. So we got the FLIR picture here, and we also got it in the HUD. So let's turn on the gain and the brightness. So here we could turn it down and up. So let's level off here. Well, maybe we should. No, that's our airfield. Let's turn around. There's Kunsan. Let's turn around and boresight the FLIR over Kunsan. There we go. So boresighting is done with the radar cursors. Slow down a bit. I think that's my number 2. Oh, that's nice. That's perfect. Okay, so pressing boresight, and now let's move the cursor so I can move the picture, and I try to. Let's take the runway lighting. That's very good. Okay, nice. That's good enough. Boresighted. Okay. So now that we're boresighted, the FLIR, we can turn it off again, put it into standby, operational, standby. But we don't need that now. We're gonna do some low-level navigation with the FLIR. Let's put it into next steer point, steer 2.
2, in position.
Okay, so there's our TFR. And we gonna do some nice checks. So, good. Let's wait until we are actually it's really dark. some stars. So it's actually without the TFR or some even with the night vision goggles, it's very dark. Well, that's okay. So let's descend a little bit. Okay, so for TFR action we have manual fly up, enable, radar altimeter on, RF norm, and we have set clearance plane at 1000, right hard, and we have the allow at 900. Good. So now we gonna start doing some checks. Let's get over. I don't see anything here, but I think we're still over the water. So yeah, okay. Let's turn towards steer 3. Steer 3. There it is. Okay, so now let's do some checks. So for the TFR to actually work, we have to be, that's too low. We have to be above 360 knots and have a bank angle of less than 60 degrees. And we're gonna check that now. So we're gonna put it into norm. And you see, because we're too slow, the speed band is blinking and we have limit here and TFR limit. So now we're gonna accelerate over 360 and that will disappear. So that's good, so we know that that works. Also now we're fast enough and now we're gonna bank more than 60 degrees. Also limit appears, and if I'm doing that longer than 2 seconds, then my box, my manual TFR box disappears. So that little box in the middle of the HUD here, this is my TFR in manual mode. So if I'm, oh, see, too slow. Okay, back. So if I'm putting my flight path marker in here, always gonna fly 1000 feet. Good. Let's put it into automatic mode. This is here. Auto mode. Done. And now we have the manual is TFR box is now aligned, and all the horizontal steering is done by the computer, by the Flix. I don't do anything. And now we're gonna test the fly up. So I'm gonna push it down and it's gonna start an automatic fly up with 2 Gs. I push it down, I push it down.
Altitude.
Altitude.
Altitude. Pull up.
And now this is the fly up. So this is automatic.
Pull up. Pull up.
I'm gonna push the pedal stick
Pull up.
and put her back. Automatic is on standby, gonna turn it off. Good. So that's fine. We're gonna try that again. A little more aggressive. In manual mode, we're gonna get down and until we are at 500. So get down to 1000.
Altitude.
Okay.
Altitude.
So let's settle it to. Okay. Ooh, here's the weather. The weather's coming. Bad weather. You see that?
Pull
That's
up.
bad weather.
Pull
Yeah, we
up.
got an.
Pull up.
Okay,
Pull
nice.
up.
Thank you.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
We have to
Pull
put it into
up.
weather.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
So
Pull up.
I put it into WX. Yes. Thank you. So I put it into WX mode because of the bad weather. And we had a really big fly up. I should have used the paddle switch earlier. So we're too slow now. And we have no terrain, so fast enough. Too much of a bank. It's That's good. Okay. Let's try again. So, back on course. Oh, we have to switch. Let's put that into auto. Auto. And put it up. Steer point 4. There we are at 1,000
Altitude.
feet. Thank you. Put
Altitude.
it back up. Let's get back on course. Not too much bank. Okay, so now too much bank. Now I'm gonna push like down to 500 feet, and we're gonna have an automatic 3G obstacle clearance. So down, down, down.
Altitude. Altitude. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
And we have a fly up. I depress the pedal switch and let it go up to 1000, and that's it. Okay, release the pedal switch and we're good to go. Well, another thing that we're gonna test is the swim test. So we're gonna put the test page here. If we test the radio altimeter, so it's this is a test that we can automatically have wings level and fly up if the radio altimeter fails. So in manual mode, and bit of a bank angle, and now I'm gonna put the radio altimeter into test mode.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull
And
up.
we're wings
Pull
level.
Up, pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Fly up.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Good.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Nice, that was fine. We'll have to reset this. Acknowledge that. Good, so we're good to go. So let's put it into 500 feet. Let's enter the low. That would be 450. Enter. And let's go to norm. No, that's weather. We need weather. And let's go to automatic mode. And now, which is really nice, we can just steer, and all the horizontal, the height, the altitude is all cared about by the TFR. So we just have to steer and don't have to care about crashing the ground. And now we're gonna turn on the FLIR, put it into operation, and now we have a nice picture here to see. So the FLIR is really, really for night flying. It's awesome. Actually, we don't need that at all. We can put it back into TFR, and we get automatically, so we can actually see stuff here. That's good, because outside it's pretty dark. So there's two additional cool things we can do with the TFR, and this is Snaplook and look into turns. So let's get on course here again. So okay, so Snaplook is if we TMS up and DMS up and then move the radar cursor, we can actually look around to the right or to the left, up, down. Also, if we're in a turn with TMS up, we can look into the turn. So I'm turning to the left, I'm TMS up, and I'm looking a little bit further into the turn. So that's very handsome, very handy if you like now looking into the turn, so I don't crash anything. And you can see if the closer you get, the more of a parallax error you get, but in the distance it's very good, and especially if it's dark like that, you don't see any difference. Good. So again, snap look left. I'm holding TMS up and moving the radar cursor. Nice. And look into turn. Just TMS up. Good. And back. And now we're gonna do something even nicer, and this is let the jet fly completely autonomic, as we're gonna put that into steering select. So, now it's flying all on its own. So if I put that... if I change towards the next steer point, it's 5, let's put it into 6, zack. And it just flies. That's really good. And it's in the night, if you're approaching the target, it's very, very good. Or it releases a lot of workload from you, because you don't have to care about crashing into the ground and do other stuff like looking out for bandits or getting ready for the attack. Good. Low level navigation. Check.